before he became one of Africa's most recognizable presidents. He was a rebel, a freedom fighter, a visionary and a mystery to the outside world. This is the story of how Yoweri Kaguta Museveni rose from humble beginnings to become Uganda's longest-serving president. Yoweri Museveni was born in 1944 in Tungamo district, western Uganda. Raised in a cattle-herding community, his upbringing was deeply rooted in traditional Banyanko culture. But as a young boy, he was curious. Very curious. He went to school in Mabera, then later to Tari School, the same school attended by other future African leaders. Museveni later joined the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, a hotbed for political ideas at the time. Here he got exposed to socialism, African liberation struggles, and revolutionary thinking. In the early 1970s, Uganda fell under the brutal rule of Idi Amin. Museveni, then in exile, opposed Amin fiercely. He formed a group called FRONASA, the Front for National Salvation, to help overthrow Amin's regime. When Amin was ousted in 1979, Museveni briefly served as Minister of Defense in the transitional government. But things didn't settle. Uganda's politics remained unstable, with rigged elections and violence under President Milton Obote's return to power. In 1981, after the controversial elections, Museveni made a radical decision. He went to the bush. He formed the National Resistance Army (NRA) and led a guerrilla war in Luiro Triangle. The 5-year war was bloody, intense, and secretive. But Museveni's forces, disciplined and organized, gained momentum. By January 1986, they captured Kampala. Museveni became president not by election, but by revolution. Museveni's early rule brought hope. He promised democracy, unity, and economic recovery. Uganda's economy, once destroyed, began to stabilize. Museveni promoted decentralization, brought back professional soldiers, and welcomed foreign aid. He even opened up space for media and opposition, at least in the beginning. Then, in 2017, he removed the age limit. But over time, things changed and kept Uganda stable. Museveni stayed in power year after year. He removed presidential term limits in 2005. Critics say he became what he once fought against, a leader unwilling to leave. Supporters argue that he has maintained peace, developed infrastructure. Either way, Museveni remains a dominant figure in Ugandan and African politics. Today, Museveni is over 80. He has ruled Uganda for nearly 40 years. He has faced new challenges: youth unemployment, the rise of opposition figures like Bobi Wine, questions about democracy and human rights. Yet he remains firmly in control. His son, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, is increasingly visible, fueling rumors of a family political dynasty. Love him or hate him, Museveni's story is one of the most powerful and complex in Africa. From bush war commander to long-time president, he shaped Uganda's modern history more than any other figure. What happens next? Only time and the people of Uganda will tell. If you learn something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Should Museveni retire? Or does he still have more to offer? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you.